emotional damage.
Good morning, everybody. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Elon Musk and Donald Trump finally had their Twitter X Space, their X Space, their Space X. They had a conversation. Sometimes words are hard to get out in the morning. Hello, welcome. You and I both knew that the corporate media was going to absolutely lose their when it came to this conversation. Why? Because they are no longer in control of the narrative. See, last night was one of the biggest demonstrations of how desperate and how much people want unfiltered conversation, honest and open. Last night, according to X, so the most trustworthy news source, Musk and Trump X conversation draws 1 billion views. 1 billion views. And that's not including everybody and their mom that live streamed the event last night. Why did this happen? How come this happened? Now, would this happen with Kamala Harris? Maybe. But maybe not. But maybe. And that's my argument. Is that I think that this could happen with somebody like a Kamala Harris because people are so desperate for unfiltered, unedited conversation with actual political candidates that aren't going to be chopped up and taking all the bad questions taken out. We are desperate for long form conversation because we don't trust the media anymore. And the media is still grappling with this idea of how much we do not trust them as a trustworthy news source. They lost so much credibility over many times in my lifetime. But I can think of no other time than when COVID happened. That time, I lost all respect. I watched them lie to our faces, corral us like animals, and talk to us like we were lower than. And so the media is gone in my eyes. I still have to use them because, well, what other sources are you going to use? But of course, like when you look up headlines for this incredible conversation that had everything from making fun of rocket men to talking about climate change? What? The funniest thing about that interview last night with Donald Trump and Elon Musk was not hearing Donald Trump get incredibly flustered by certain questions or conversation in which Elon Musk started to have. Donald Trump stayed in the pocket the entire time. That is different than Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris, when you ask her a question, she gets hysterical that she doesn't know or if you don't understand what she means, like if you were to say, who's your favorite rapper alive? She would say Tupac. And like, he's dead, dude. You don't even know what you're talking about. But if you call her out on that, she'll lose it. She'll start laughing, cackling, like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Officer Harris starts to come out. She starts to get angry. But some of the corporate media press this morning immediately is Trump interview with Musk devolves into yet another X catastrophe. And I may have put it out something similar. When it was struggling to get going, I was like, Elon Musk did it to DeSantis. Then Elon Musk is now doing it to Donald Trump. You son of a... But it ended up starting to go again. And everybody, I don't think the numbers fell off. I think people were just as excited. But there was a noticeable thing that was happening during the interview that I knew media was going to pick up everywhere. Trump sounded like...
I'm gonna come.
Gay. He had a little bit of a lisp during the interview, and this is what you could hear. So everyone and their mom, like I was texting with my family, like, we hear the lisp, right? The lisp is real. But here's some of the clips. So this is not just me making it up.
Because I see you broke every record in the book.
with so many millions of people, and it's an honor. We view that as an honor. And then you do want silencing of certain voices. Usually those are voices that, because I see you.
Okay. So there was this constant lisp that was happening. And then this idiot put out this tweet. Trump had a root canal in 1 hour before the interview. Bro numbed up. Or mic issues. Or the lisp is he's turning gay. I thought he was doing his gay voice. But everybody on the left was like, oh my God, Trump has a lisp. He's like losing it. He just had a stroke, whatever. You saw the lies that were being put out everywhere. And it turned out it was just a shitty moment. Because we have actual video of him talking. So let's debunk that immediately. Here's him talking. So everyone that's like, oh my God, he has a lisp. He's becoming gay. He had a root canal. Or he had a stroke and he's losing it. It's not true.
Yes, if we could just record that conversation and post it, it would have been excellent. And I hope we can have something like that today.
Well, I think we will. I'm pretty sure we will. And congratulations, because I see you broke every record in the...
Okay, so that would have been the most big triggering word. Congratulations. So he didn't have a lisp. And of course, this is how the media has been responding. After Trump's disastrous Musk interview, Harris mocks rich guys who can't run a live stream. Says the woman that's doesn't even understand how that works. I love watching people just mock people on businesses. But if it happens to them, they're like, hey, it's just technical difficulties. Like anytime Fox News or CNN has technical difficulties, it's like, hey, bear with us, forgive us. But when Elon Musk has it, it's like, oh my God, what a loser. Oh my God, what a loser. Guy sucks. Okay, here's how the media is responding. Trump returns to X with technical glitches, softball questions. Was it? It was a 2-hour-long interview. Well, they're just mad. So the Washington Post is mad that they didn't ask Trump, you've been reported as the most racist man on earth. How do you respond? Like, they're mad that those aren't the questions, statements. How did do in the Elon Musk interview? Okay, Elon Musk's big space conversation with Trump kicked off with major technical issues. So this is like this is the theme. Even though it was 1 billion views just on X alone, and even though it went for 2 hours, and the conversation was great, and it went back and forth, and there was like a bromance moment. I thought Donald Trump was going to be like,
I'm going to come.
And he didn't. So don't listen to mainstream media that says he did. X users lament tech problems delayed Trump and Musk interview. This is it. This is all I'm reading. X Spaces with Trump. Off to a glitchy start. Off to a glitchy stop. Massive cyber attack, which a DDoS attack apparently happened, which is like the easiest attack to orchestrate. Donald Trump and Elon Musk X conversation took forever to start. So this is the report. If you go anywhere, that's how it is. Or if you go to CNN or anyone like that, no one's even talking about it. People leaving on gurneys to go to the hospital. Tropical storm Ernesto. Like, they're not even talking about one of the most epic moments, except for this. It's all the way at the bottom of CNN. It's just like a tiny little piece right at the bottom. 5 things to know, August 13th. Presidential race, tropical storm, earthquake. Okay, so they didn't even... Look, it's not even in the top. It's a top one, but this is all it gets. Oh my God. Well, if you only get your news from CNN, you would have not even known this has happened. But this is how Kamala Harris responded, which I love to see. Right now, Elon Musk is interviewing Donald Trump live on Twitter. We're now calling it X. Okay, can we stop with this joke? I've said this over and over again, how much I hate this joke. It's Twitter. No, thanks. God. Right now, Elon Musk is interviewing Donald Trump live on Twitter. We're not calling it X. It's not enough that Musk has pledged to donate millions of dollars, right? Unlike George Soros, to help reelect Donald Trump, aka Spitler. He's using his purchase platform. A billionaire white African purchases platform just to talk to Donald Trump. That's what the headline they want. One of the largest social media sites in the world to spread Trump's unhinged and hateful agenda to millions of users. Again, remember, this is how the Kamala Harris campaign is painting Donald Trump. Kamala Harris is the fun aunt, the fun mom. Tim Walz is the fun Fox News dad that actually didn't turn to Fox News, but instead has turned to NPR. And that Donald Trump is unhinged and hateful. So anytime you start watching or listening to them talk, this is how they're going to frame him, as he is unhinged and unreliable, and you don't know what you're going to expect, and he's just chaotic and crazy. This is the constant reminder. This is what they want you to think about. If that's all you need to hear, chip $25 to help Kamala Harris and Tim. If all you need to hear is how unhinged and hateful Trump is, chip $25. Otherwise, let us remind you why this is a big deal. The richest person in the world, oh my God, the richest person in the world is a lackey for Team MAGA. Musk said over and over again how he's never been really political. And this is the first time in his life, which happens to a lot of people as you grow up. You start to see that politics kind of can ruin your life, so you get more involved. Musk already ruined Twitter by allowing hate speech and disinformation to flood the platform. No, he just evened it out. Because the left did all their hate speech on Twitter, or X, however we're calling it. Now Musk is using vast fortune to broad reach to try to control our democracy. Nobody cares. Last night's interview was amazing. The corporate media is incredibly pissed off at the idea that somebody like Elon Musk can attract 1 billion views. Somebody like Elon Musk, who doesn't have proper journalistic training, won't ask the right questions like, Donald Trump, you're racist, how do you respond? They are so pissed off at the idea that someone like you, someone like me, can have conversations with powerful people and garner huge views without the platform in which all these dumb journalists work so hard to be a part of. They're so mad about that. They're so worried about gatekeeping information. They're so worried about gatekeeping their own jobs because they realize that their jobs are becoming less important. Now, the only way to turn this around, journalists, is to actually do journalist things. Find information that is useful for the common person. What you do is that you are just clearly a political propaganda arm being swayed for whatever direction, typically the left, in order to stir up emotions and let one side win over the other. That's what you seemingly have been doing for almost my entire life. The only way to turn that around is to actually do investigative journalism and tell us the truth. And you don't need to use emotional language in order to get our clicks. How about you just build trust with us, and then we'll trust you to give us real information instead of giving us 5% information, 95% emotional language to stir my finger to click over the button and click the website. How about you just do that? But you won't, because there's so much money to be made. And remember, last night, Kamala Harris had a rally, and she's stolen Joe Biden's YouTube, per usual, and there was 565 people waiting. Now, I think Kamala Harris could equally get this much views if she did an interview with Elon Musk for 2 hours, sat down, didn't have any no questions, and just talked honestly.